some children say, Baba, we should go back early, or we should go home early. So Baba says, these are not words that you children speak, because you are sitting in Baba's lap at this time, and you're godly children. And Baba says this is your highest birth, and this is the time when you're becoming cool. So you're sitting in the cool lap of Shiv Baba. And then on the other hand, Baba says that you must remember the time of the cycle, and you must know that we have to go back now. So be ready for that. So on the one hand, be ready to go back, and on the second hand, don't hurry to go back. So this is something very interesting. And you know, we have always, from the copper age, we have always done everything with ego and with lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. So, you know, when Baba says, do it on Shrimat, yes, do it on Shrimat. Now, when you do something on Shrimat, it's very different from doing it on ego or because of vices. And it's not just the karma. So of course, when Baba tells us the Shrimat, it's a different karma. So when you follow Shrimat, you do things which are pure. But apart from that, you know, doing it on Shrimat and doing it based on vices are two different things. Let's take many examples. So you know, when we talk about getting ready to go back, then you know, it's about, mostly you make it about, oh, it's a bad world, I don't like it, so let me get ready to go back. And then otherwise, and then please hurry, I want to go back fast because it's a bad world, I don't want to live. Or, you know, I like it, so I don't want to go back. Yes, so it's always about whether I like it or I don't like it. So if I like it, let me stay, I don't want to go back. And if I don't like it, then hurry up, I don't want to live here, I want to go back. But Baba says it's not about whether you like it or you don't like it. So you go because it's time to go, and then you stay until you go. It's because this is the only time to create fortune. So until we go, this is the time when we are with Baba and we are creating a fortune. So it's a very good time until we go, and then because it's time to go, we go. So when we follow Shrimat, Shrimat is very different from ego-based, you know, mat that we live in the world. Let's take another example. So let's say Baba will say, okay, you do the job until, you know, you're told not to do. So, you know, until I tell you, you know, come and live in the center and surrender, you do the job. And then you say, no, I don't like my job, I don't want to work, so I want to get surrendered. Okay, so, or you say, oh, I like my job, so why should I should, you know, continue doing my job even when I live in the center. So, or I will continue to do my job and live outside and then follow Shrimat. So Then you ask, is it wrong, Didi, to think about, doing a job and staying outside? Or is it better to leave the job, stay in the center? Or is it better to do a job and live in the center? So what is the answer to that? You do what you're asked to do. That's better. Yes, so you don't do anything that you like. So you do what you're asked to do. And um, if if the seva demands, you do the job. If the seva demands, you leave the job. So if there is a requirement of money in the seva, so you go and do the job and take care of the center. And if there is enough and you can, and the drama tells you that stay full time, then stay full time. It's not about whether you want to do it or not want to do it. Yes, so it's dictated by maybe the instrument teacher or the drama. So you have to, so don't be dictated by your own ego of I want to do this and I want to do that. That's a surrendered life. So Baba says, ask your instrument teacher and do whatever they ask you to do. That's following Shrimat. And when you follow Shrimat, you kill your ego. That's the only way to follow, that's the only way to rise above ego. And Baba says that if you're asked to sit, sit. If you're asked to stand, stand. If you're asked to work, work. That's doing it on Shrimat. And that's the only way you kill your ego. And then Baba says that, be detached and be loving. Yes, so then you say, oh, this person I don't like, so I don't want to be loving to this person. And this person I like, so why be detached? So then Baba will say, no, that's not how it works. You have to be equally detached and equally loving with everybody. And then you say, no, but I like to be with this person. So you say that's attachment. And then I don't like to be with this person. And then you're saying, no, you be loving to that person. So why should I do that? Because it doesn't feel nice to you. That's why you do that. Because Maya is making you feel nice and do all sorts of pap karma. So that's how you do it on Shrimat. And then, Baba says, win over lust. And then you say, okay, then let me leave home. And why stay married when there is no lust? And the spouse will also say, get out, you have to stay lead a pure life. Why are you staying here in my house? You're good for nothing now. And then you also keep thinking, okay, what's the point of marriage without a lust? So, everybody is saying, why did you get married? Why are you staying in marriage? If you don't want to, if you don't want to be lustful, then get out and live in the center. And everybody will tell you, you go become a sannyasi, become a full sannyasi. Why are you living here? Why are you on two boats? Yes. But Baba will say, no, live in the household and be pure. And because that's how I ask you to do it. And then, you keep asking, what's the point? What's the point? So precisely this is the point, that when you follow Shrimat, you become a point. Yes, so to become a point, you follow Shrimat. And everything else that you do is taking you away from being a point. It's making you very body conscious. So Baba will say that, Shrimat is very different from doing everything based on vices. And we have never lived on Shrimat. So when we start doing it, it feels pretty strange because this is not how we are used to doing it. Yes, and then Baba says that don't have anger but have full authority. Yes, and then you say, if I can't say anything to anybody, then let them do what they want to do. I'm not concerned about anybody. But Baba says, no, no, you have to have full authority also. You guide everyone, you take care of everyone, you have to ensure that, everything moves in the right order, but don't use anger. And then you say, I cannot deal with this person without using anger. So let me be at peace. Let me sit quietly. Let me not take any responsibility. Because if I talk to this person, I'll get angry. So let them do whatever they want to do. I don't want to interfere. But Baba says, no, no, you interfere, but don't get angry. Okay, so you take the responsibility, you do everything, but don't get angry. And then you say, but is it not better that I should be peaceful and I should maintain my peace of mind, and just a little corner I will take, and I will corner that person a little, and then I will have full peace of mind. But Baba says, no, no, you have full peace of mind, don't get angry and engage with them fully. So then you think, okay, this is a little challenging. So this is how you do it on Shrimat. And Shrimat is Shrimat when you start understanding Shrimat, it's very different. So we have never done anything like what Baba is asking us to do, because we have never had relationships without attachment. We have never had a marriage without lust. We have never had, we have never worked without greed. We have never managed and been in authority without anger. And we don't know how to operate without ego. So all the time, I like this, I don't like this, I prefer this, I don't prefer this. So this is the language we've been speaking. And then Baba says, do it on Shrimat. And Shrimat is interesting, and Shrimat makes you a deity. And Parmat and whatever Maya's mat or the mat of vices, that's making you very impure, and that's making you a slave. But doing it on Shrimat, it takes time to understand, and it also takes time to practice and do it. And today Baba says that you have to be ever ready to go home, but never ask when we are going. So enjoy every moment until you go, but then when it's time to go, don't ask, I want to stay one moment extra. Or before one moment, don't say, I want to go today. No. So Janki Dadi ji was Janki Dadi ji had physical health challenges since 1980s. So she and those who have been close to Dadi say that she touched death and came back many times. But Dadi also always used to share her experience that she never said, Baba, take me. She never said, Baba, I want to live. She said, Baba, you want to take me, you take me. You want me to serve, I will serve. So that's the attitude we have, because what does belonging to Baba mean? Belonging to Baba means this life and everything that I have in this life is belongs to Baba now. So you don't do it your way, you just do whatever Baba says. So Baba says you are already dead, right? So when does it matter when you'll die again? So you are dead and now you belong to me. So now you just belong to me, and when I have to take you, I'll take you, and until then, be happy that you are living your life with me. And that is Shrimat. So, and it's very important that, and a big part of Shrimat is taking directions and doing everything. And there is only one way to lose your ego or win over your ego, and that is take directions and do everything. Whether it is about your time, about your body, about your mind. So Baba gives us directions in the Murli. And then you also have a physical instrument to take directions from, and somebody you trust and somebody you feel that this soul is giving me the directions on Shrimat. So you must have one instrument of that kind, and an instrument teacher is somebody you trust, somebody you you have full faith that that this instrument gives me the direction that comes from Shiv Baba, and they are telling me the Shrimat. And you must have somebody who physically also give you the directions, and you must maintain that relationship with that one and take directions and do everything. And that's the way you win over vices, because otherwise you are doing whatever you want to do, whatever you, and this I like it, I want to do, they are all expressions of ego. So you do what Baba wants you to do, not what you want to do out of what Baba wants you to do. And Baba says that it's also a reality that everybody has karm bandhan. So it's not it's not possible that you do everything that Baba says today. Yes, so who will tell you where to start, how much to do today? And then how do you ensure that that's the right thing to do? For that you need a physical instrument. If you don't have a Sakar instrument, then you will keep thinking Baba tells us so much in the Murli, I am doing only this much, and then I have limitations, but am I doing my best, or should I do more, and what is it that I am not doing, and why is it that I am not doing? So you need these directions have to come physically. And there is this one Mata, and she was just telling the other day that I want to devote all my life and time and everything to Baba, and then I have 2 children, and then how do I do with this? And I said, no, that's not the direction for you. So you have 2 daughters, and you raise them well first. You raise them well first. You do this seva, and I gave her the proper directions about, Baba would like you to do this seva, and you do this much, and then you raise the children properly, and that's your seva. And when you receive directions and you follow them the way they are told to you, that's that's surrendering to Baba and living your life according to a surrendered state. But Baba says that if you just choose, I want to do this and I want to don't do that in the Murli, and you do what's comfortable, you don't do what's not comfortable, and you don't understand most of the Shrimat, then it becomes a problem. And we really don't know how to do everything on Shrimat. So this is why Baba gives the Murli, and Baba also gives a Sakar instrument. Yes, so there is the importance of both. And because understanding Shrimat and doing everything according to Shrimat needs some maturity and needs some experience. Yes, so otherwise you will keep using the wrong powers. So you will keep using the power to face where you have to cooperate, and we keep using the power to tolerate where you don't have to tolerate. And there was this Kanya, once, and um, she had a boyfriend, and so I'm telling you, everything the way it is these days. So she had a boyfriend, and that boyfriend used to beat her up. And then she used to listen to Gyan and tolerate that. And then she's a BK. So I told her, who asked you to have a boyfriend when you're a BK? So Baba is your boyfriend, don't you understand that? So she said, no, but Baba said, if you already have a relationship, then So I said, no, that's not already having a relationship. It's not marriage. And then, okay, so even if even if there was some kind of trust or faith in that, that was different. He's beating you up and you're tolerating it. So she said, Baba says, whatever challenges come, you have to tolerate it. So I said, this is not what Baba is saying. So you just leave that relationship, and that's not how you continue. And these are not areas where you tolerate. And then she said, no, I used to listen to classes and Murli, and I thought that, you have to tolerate here. So you see how lust is driving you crazy, and how other vices are driving you crazy, and you think, you're following Shrimat, but that's not Shrimat. Yes, that's not Shrimat. So that's why clear directions are very important. And Baba, and connected with that is very important, is that you speak with an open and honest heart. So when you want directions from Baba through the Sakar Nimit, then it's very important that you have an open heart and you have a true heart. And Baba is today emphasizing on these two things. And what is an open heart and a true heart? So it is all about intention. So when you're when you have the intention to belong to Baba, when you have the intention to be pure, when you have the intention to be a yogi, that's an open and true heart. And that intention will tell you what to share, what not to share. Yes, so sometimes when the intention is not right, you will share, but that sharing is not honest. So I have seen children, they will share only their problems, not their strengths with Baba. Yes, why? Because you want to get rid of the problems, but you don't want to belong to Baba. So you're afraid that, if I tell that I have this strength, then maybe somebody will ask me to, use it in seva. So you don't want to do anything for Baba, but you just want, solutions from Baba. And that's not an honest heart. So, I remember there was this, so when I was in school, I had a friend, and so we lived far apart, so there was no chance by which I could visit her place. So, but there were other friends who stayed around her vicinity. And she once told me, I like to visit them when I'm free, and I want those friends to come over to my place when I'm free, but not whenever they want to come over. So I said, but that's not friendship. That's, that's like that's like there's something you're using. And when you want to be entertained, you want a friend around, so that friend has to come. But when they need you, they can't come. Your door is closed. So that's not friendship. So she told me, you don't know the world. You are a fool. You're too simple to understand. You just listen to what I'm saying, and you also do the same thing. So I said, no, but I don't think, and anyways, I don't have friends around me. I live a little distant. So, okay, that's not my problem, but I don't think this is friendship. And, later in life, I saw that that girl, she was always alone. She never had friends. And then once she told me, many years later, she told me, why don't I make friends? Why am I not good at making friends? So I said, your heart is not clean. You don't have the right idea of friendship. That's why you don't have friends. And this is something I'm telling you from, way back from from the days when I was not even in Gyan. So, there is, when you have a relationship has to be two-way. And honesty and truth and, having an open heart in a relationship is very important. And Baba says that, in bhakti, what we did is we used Baba. We couldn't use, that's another thing, but we tried to only use Baba. But when Baba comes, Baba says, no, now there has to be a relationship. And Baba says, if you are honest with me, I will give you the solution for everything. But do you know, there are many people who don't want solutions. So most people in the world who will tell you their problems, they are not looking for solutions. They are just, that's all. These are signs of a dishonest heart. So you're sharing, but you don't want a solution. You are talking, but you don't care. So, most people will ask you, how are you? But they don't care how you are. They are very polite. They look like they are the most caring people. And when they leave, they will tell you, you need anything, you tell me. But they'll not pick up your phone when you call them. So, Baba says, all these are, this imposter personality that we have all created based on vices, and in this old world all this goes on. But with Baba, it's not like how you have a relationship in the world. So Baba says, you belong to me fully, and belonging to me fully means you have the full intention to be pure, you have the full intention to be surrendered, you have the full intention to be a king in Satyug. And Baba says, and then you tell me whatever is troubling you, and I will give you the right direction. And when you confide in me fully, when you tell me the whole truth, then I will give you the right solution, and when you implement it, you will come out of that trouble. But do we have that kind of openness and honesty with Baba? That's very important. And again, the importance of the Sakar instrument is there, because again, you think you're giving to Baba and you think you're receiving with Baba. I don't know what you're receiving on. Sometimes, our intellect is so clouded that we don't understand that whatever we are thinking is not coming from Baba, it's coming from our own ego. So that's why these things are important. And then Baba today says that, people say that show me the path and I am blind. So so they tell Baba that, show us the path and we are blind. But Baba says, who is blind? The soul is blind because the intellect is fused. And the intellect doesn't know how to remember. So the intellect sees. Yes, so what is the eye of the soul? The intellect. And the intellect cannot see the soul. The intellect doesn't know the way home. The intellect doesn't know Baba, doesn't recognize Baba. So the eye of the intellect is fused. And then Baba says, this is why you need, and that's why Baba is called the bestower of the third eye. The third eye is the eye of the intellect. So Baba says that this is how this is how I give you the third eye, and I become the one who shows the path to the blind. Yes, and then there is this thing that Baba today says, and yesterday also Baba said. So, Baba today says that Brahma Baba is not Mahatma. He is also just like you, and you also have the same dress as Brahma Baba, and that's just a dress. Don't get caught up in the dress. So do you think that being a Brahmin is all about the dress you wear and the badge you put on? And so I once told it was funny, and I told somebody, so it's not like you wear a white dress and put on a badge and then you have these eyes and then you become a Brahmin. It's not like that. Being a Brahmin is not about looking like you're meditating and looking like you're wearing white and a badge or something. But being a Brahmin is very different from that. And Baba says that you never get caught up in your dress, not in anybody's dress, not even in anybody's body, and you just remember one Baba. That's how you become a Brahmin. So do you understand that sometimes you leave the consciousness of the world and then you get caught up in this Brahmin consciousness, or this not Brahmin consciousness, but this consciousness that I'm so and so, and I wear a white dress and I put on a badge, so I'm a very good BK. No, you are not a good BK if you do that. Just do that. You can be a very good BK even without the white clothes. And the white clothes, they are just a uniform you wear because you want to represent Baba. But white clothes don't make you a Brahmin. The dress code doesn't make you a Brahmin. That's just a dress code. So, by wearing the costume of a policeman, you will be recognized as a policeman, but whether you perform your duties or not is again up to you. So it's the same thing, And then yesterday Baba said that, even if it's named a Gita Pathshala, or even if it's named a Prajapita Brahma Kumari's Ishwari Vishwavidyalaya, it's one and the same thing. But you don't get caught up in these things. So how do you know? And Baba says that there will be Baba's home in every home, Every child's home will be Baba's home. Ghar ghar mein Ganga. Yesterday Baba said that Ganga will be in every house, and every home of the home of every child of Baba will be, it will be a Ganga Tat. It will be the bank of Ganga where everybody will get Mukti, Jivan Mukti. So, what is the sign of Baba's home? Is the board a sign of Baba's home? How do you recognize this is Baba's home? So, Baba's home is recognized by the vibration of Baba's home. Yes, and do you think that a board attracts people? No. When you put up a board, also, again, you will have to distribute pamphlets to spread the awareness, and people will read the pamphlet, and then they'll come search for the board and reach. But if you have created that ambience, you will not need advertisement. People will come pulled by that vibration. And if this doesn't work, then the board won't. Even if you put up a very big board, people will not even look at it. So it's the vibration. And there was this one brother, now that Baba has a new center, so the one brother told me, Didi, why don't you do this decor outside and that decor outside, and people will just know that this is. So I said, if they cannot know by you meditating here, then there is no other way to tell them to come. Okay, so let's create an atmosphere. I think that's a better introduction to Baba's home. And when somebody steps into Baba's home, or even crosses that area, so they will be pulled in that direction. That's the sign of Baba's home. And if that's not the sign, then nothing is. So Baba says that don't get caught up in these superficial things, because sometimes because the sanskar of getting caught up is there, so you will leave the old world and then you'll get caught up here. So you will get caught up in that person has a bigger badge than me, and this person has a bigger title than me, and so don't get caught up in all of that, because if you get caught up in all of that, then Maya will disturb you through that. So this is something that Baba said yesterday and today also, so that's very important. So we come to Baba, we have to follow Shrimat, we have to become pure, and we have to take our place in Satyug. We will have very big titles, very big palaces, but in Satyug, not here. We are not here to have titles and palaces here. Do you understand this? This Sangam Yug is for Purusharth, not for that other stuff. Okay, Om Shanti.